not a half volley by no means. By Khalid on the up. Wow, how's that for a shot? Make his name, and the placement to perfection as well.
Do they make any effort to prepare pitches with a little bit of grass on in Bangladesh at all when there are a few quicks like this around?
By all accounts, they didn't in the past, but it's something that has been encouraged of recent times. One of the team directors are in picture there with his hands up, and he's quite influential in Bangladesh cricket, and they've encouraged more grass on the surfaces to get a generation of fast bowlers coming through, and that was a culture that was almost created by Otis Gibson, Courtney Walsh as well before him.
Yeah. Oh, what's out? He's hit it straight to the man position there specifically. It's Mominul Haq himself who takes the catch. And Evie will be disbelieving of that. That is a gimme. Such a freak position, short, straight mid-on like that. Oh, well done. Reward for Khalid.
He's looking to be ultra positive. He'll be kicking himself. It's a good field placing in the end. Trying to hit it under up again. Ball just stopping on him slightly. Very good catch by Munimol. Captain for Bangladesh. You can see brings to the end the innings for Saro Ovia for 41. South Africa 90 for 3.
Mama, একটা ছবি।
আচ্ছা চল, রেডি? ওহ, জোস।
মামা, ফেস কই?
রোদে তোর ফেসের যে হাল, তা কেটে দিয়েছি। ও মাম্মা, বডিটা তো ভালো, কিন্তু ফেসের কি হলো?
গ্লো এন্ড হ্যান্ডসাম এর মাল্টিভিটামিনস ও ইউভি ফিল্টারস দেয় রোদ থেকে দ্বিগুণ ব্রাইটনেস প্রোটেকশন।
ফেসের যত্ন নাও, রোদের ড্যামেজ ঠেকাও।
এত মাছ? কারণ কি?
কারণ মাছের মশলা একদম ফ্রি। জি হ্যাঁ, 100 গ্রাম রাঁধুনি হলুদ ও মরিচের গুঁড়ার সাথে 20 গ্রাম রাঁধুনি মাছের মশলা একদম ফ্রি। তোমার মামা খাও, চাপার জোর পাড়াও।
বিকাশে ভিসা ডেবিট কার্ড সেভ করে অ্যাড মানি করলেই
100 টাকা বোনাস।
Ryan Rickleton with quite a slow arrival to the crease, being sort of getting himself together, tugging on gloves. Got the helmet right, batting in a long sleeve jumper, which you would see very rarely in South Africa. 90 to 3, 3-2-6 in front. It's a huge lead, of course it is, but you know that third innings thing we were talking about earlier, you don't want to suddenly be 110 for 5, and when your target's a lead of 450. Worth bearing in mind that you can't play free and easy with the game. Here we go then. Oh, nice off the mark ball. Ball one straight in at the toes. That's a half decent player's dream ticket.
You just get the feeling the way South Africa is going about things here. They're trying to get to a target by the end of this evening. Have a look at the wicket again, trying to hit it under up. Picked out the captain. He's happy, Min Khalid.
Well, he gives such a big hug to Litton Das. You must assume that was Litton Das's plan that he sold to the captain, Mominul Haq.
Yeah, he hit one or two straight down the ground in period just before tea. In the air, and that's brought his demise. 91 for 3.
এই রমজানে চলুন শুরু করি একটি ভালো অভ্যাস করে লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ 10-10।
ইফতারের আগে 10-10, শপিং এর পরে 10-10,
কোলাকুলির আগে 10-10।
হাত ধুয়ে নিন লাইফ বয় হ্যান্ড ওয়াশ দিয়ে। 10টি সময় দেয় জীবাণু থেকে 10 গুণ বেশি সুরক্ষা।
প্রতিদিনের জীবনে ভালো অভ্যাস গড়ে তোলার মানে জীবনকে দেয়া একটু বেশি কিছু। আর এই ভালো অভ্যাসগুলোর একটি হোক প্রতিদিনের খাবারের তালিকায় বসুন্ধরা আটা ময়দা সুজি। কারণ এই লো ক্যালোরি আর লো কার্ব আপনাকে রাখবে হালকা আর বাড়াবে রোগ প্রতিরোধ ক্ষমতা। বসুন্ধরা আটা ময়দা সুজি, প্রতিদিনের শুদ্ধতায়, প্রতিদিনের সুস্থতায়।
30 overs left tonight. You're barely just going to get there, so there wouldn't be time to get in overs to bowl at Bangladesh. So I think that would certainly be out of the equation.
Yeah, if the spinners bowl a lot, we might even get those 33 overs in. It might depend a bit on the light later as well. Anyway, here we go. Looks to me like you just wind up Pajal Islam and he'll work like a precision clock. Not many bad balls, does he?
No, he doesn't, and he bowls a lot of deliveries in training. He absolutely bowls a lot, and he's very hard on himself. Is Tajul Islam very tough on himself if he drops one short, even in training.
A lot of overs must be in the DNA of left-arm spinners. Guess of Maharaj also. It's a bowler that bowls a lot of overs even before the morning of the game. But he hasn't been impressive as Tajul. Pick up the spinners for Bangladesh in this game.
This is a great field, by the way. They've got this spot-on slip and a leg slip. Short leg. One of those two maybe could be a silly point, but I like the 4 on the offside. I like the gap at mid-wicket that says, go on then, try whipping me through there. That's what cost Yasir Ali his wicket earlier today. And it's just crowded him a bit. There are no easy singles, asking him to play the big shot against the spinning ball.
Nicely worked onto the onside by Timber Bavuma, using the crease and getting back into it. Talking about left-arm orthodox bowlers, he's got one of the best coaches, if not the best in the world, Rangana Hera. Of course, the Sri Lankan, the most successful left-arm orthodox bowler in Test match history.
And he just ambled in, didn't he? You know what I mean? He made it look very unglamorous. There was none of the Warren history on it, or the Murali drama, or the Kumble, almost Romanesque.
মিথি আপা, আজকাল খুব হাত খুলে খরচ হচ্ছে মনে হয়। সার্ফ এক্সেল অনেক দাম না? হাত না, আমার চোখ খুলে গেছে। কিভাবে? চলেন আপনাকে দেখাই। অ্যালোভেরা যুক্ত সার্ফ এক্সেল সাধারণ পাউডারের তুলনায় প্রতি ধোয়ায় লাগে মাত্র অর্ধেক, তাই এর 500 গ্রাম চলবে 1 মাসেরও বেশি।
এই রমজানে কেনাকাটা হোক সাশ্রয়ে বিকাশে, কারণ পেমেন্ট করলেই 20% পর্যন্ত ইনস্ট্যান্ট ক্যাশব্যাক। পেমেন্ট হোক বিকাশে। সম্পূর্ণ মেটাল বডি এবং 8 পয়েন্ট সুপার লকে তৈরি ব্রাভো মেটাল ডোর ভিআইপি সিকিউরিটি।
সুন্দর কুসুম চেয়ার কিনবো, তাই বিকাশ অ্যাপ দিয়া আইডিএলসি তে টাকা জমাইতাছি নিরাপদে।
Left armour, and after the age of 30, hanging around and waiting for his opportunity, he played about, speak under correction, but almost another 90 Test matches.
Oh, that's beautifully timed. Bavuma's in sparkling form here. His It's lovely to see him play with such freedom and just, you know, show everybody how very good he is. Just want him to get to that 100, and he'll probably get plenty of them.
Yeah, he looks so good in the eye. Gets into the line, waiting for the ball to come to him. And of course, he's quick between the wickets too. Yes, that's on your point of Ranga as well. It was an absolute nightmare to face, especially in Sri Lanka. Targeted front pad, and of course he gets the one to turn of the straight as well.
I don't really remember him in England or Australia or here that much. I mean, he obviously played a lot of the vast majority of his cricket at home. Extraordinary record, 433 wickets at 28, and he missed a dozen years or 10 years.
Missed about 10 years. Played most of them after the age of 30 until he retired.
I was at Gaul for his retirement game, and the kids running around, somebody said they must be his grandkids.
34 5-wicket hauls. That is a number.
And you, how many you get? You'll know, you don't have to think about it. How many 5-wicket hauls? Oh, nice placement again. Easy timing from Ryan Rippleton. How many 5-wicket hauls did you have, Vernon? And we'll get Andrew to tell us. 10?
He will be the man. I think it's somewhere a little bit more than 10. My memory serves me correct. 13, there it is.
13 it is.
Lucky number 13. I know how the Australians hate that number.
The surgeon.
I certainly love playing against them.
You say Australians hate number 13?
Yeah, 13 short of 100, 87.
But it's 87 they hate.
Either way you look at it, Mark.
Well, okay. I think everybody's a bit nervous about 13, but anyway.
Friday, number 13.
It was the great Shane Warne that dubbed you the surgeon, wasn't it?
Yeah, it is a sad day losing the big great leg spinner of all time. I remember playing against Australia at the Wanderers when he started calling me the surgeon, dissecting his Australian lineup.
For 3.
এটা সবসময় গ্ল্যাক্সোস ডি কিনি। আর তোমার ভাইকে এটা কি দিয়েছো?
আবার গ্ল্যাক্সোস ডি এখন গ্লুকোম্যাক্স ডি।
কি বলো?
ও ঠিকই বলেছে, গ্ল্যাক্সোস ডি এখন গ্লুকোম্যাক্স ডি। এটাই নাম্বার 1 গ্লুকোজ ব্র্যান্ড।
আচ্ছা,
দেশের 1 নাম্বার গ্লুকোজ ব্র্যান্ড গ্ল্যাক্সোস ডি এখন গ্লুকোম্যাক্স ডি।
Tasty, tasty, orange and lemon, yummy strawberry, milk and lychee. It's the magic of Brown lollipop, the magic of fruits.
স্বপ্নগুলো ছড়িয়ে দিতে হয়, একদিন ওরাও লিখবে ওদের গল্প উড়ে যাওয়ার। বসুন্ধরা খাতা, লেখো তোমার ভবিষ্যৎ।
39 to just under 23. Kapil Dev. So after that comes Rangana Herath. That's a good full-length stop. I'll bet that's Abdel Hussain, a very whole-hearted cricketer.
That is a brilliant piece of fielding. Very good timing in hand. Throws his body wholeheartedly at it, and also brings up the 100 for South Africa.
Just having a look at Keegan Peterson getting beaten by the Tijl spin. You could say, given that LBW there and the way he was out in the first innings, given out LBW well down the pitch, all but 3 meters down the pitch, a slightly unlucky match for the LBWs, maybe. I mean, on other days, in the old days, neither perhaps would have been given out. But we did a little piece yesterday morning on how LBW has changed batting against spin because of, or sorry, DRS has changed batting against spin because LBW has, if you like, become the umpire's call rather than benefit of the doubt going to the batsman. Nice. Now he just got his body open, just stayed leg side a bit. That's excellent batting. The time before he hit it to mid-on for the single when he saw that sprawling stop. And this time much the same ball, but he made sure he found a gap. There's something about this guy.
Yeah, that was nicely played. Waited and waited and waited, and in the end just leant on it. And a beautiful piece of timing.
I get the impression he thinks about his batting quite well. It isn't to say he gets everything right, because few do, but he's got some promise. 105 for 3.
Rainbow Paints, একটি আরএফএল পণ্য। গুড লাক ব্ল্যাক ওপেনের টাংস্টান কার্বাইড টিপ ও বিশেষকালে ব্যয় পরিষ্কার ও দ্রুত লেখার প্রতিশ্রুতি। গুড লাক ব্ল্যাকো, না লিখে যাবে কোথায়? ব্রাইট লক টেকনোলজি যুক্ত নতুন রিল, যা আপনার আর আপনার কাপড়ে আনে নতুনের মতো উজ্জ্বলতা।
The same sort of thing here. The lead now 341 with 7 second innings wickets in hand. So the push is on.
Just looking at his field, only has the one slip. Can't afford to be short. Probably be in at the stumps. Asking Temba Bavuma to drive.
Think back now to Boxing Day morning when South Africa didn't bowl well, India having won the toss, and KL Rahul and Margaret Agarwal threatened to really go big, and they won that series, won the one-day series 3-0, went to New Zealand, got beaten there in the first test, hammered, came back to win that, and now they're busy doing a number on Bangladesh. So as I mentioned in the afternoon session, you know, to win 5 tests out of 7 this summer would be really good.
Yeah, it's important in more ways than one these days because of the Test Championship and the points up for grabs. Some people might think South Africa are comfortably going to win the series 1-0, just bat for as long as possible. But we're actually winning the match. It's very important for the points table and qualifying for that ICC Test Championship final.
We were talking a little bit earlier, I think with, what was it with you? One of you guys were talking about South Africa in England with the 3 test matches in August and early September, and with the bowling attack and increased run-getting ability. 1 or 2 new faces putting their hand up. Sarah is a good example, may have solved the opening position for now. And South Africa got a pretty good chance of going to England and doing very well, I think. Whereas if you'd asked, 18 months ago, you would have said no, England would win comfortably at home. But the contrasting fortunes of the 2 teams, particularly in the last 6 months or so, has been, well, startling, really.
Yeah, it has been startling, and of course, England sort of parting ways with James Anderson and Stuart Broad, and so there'll be a new look bowling lineup. Expect to see people like Mark Wood still there. Chris Wilkes. Ollie Robinson will be another one in that bowling lineup. But what will be interesting for me, end of the 25th over now, 106 for 3.
ওরাই পারে স্বপ্নগুলোকে সত্যি করতে। আমাকেও শেখাবেন টিচার?
বাবা, তুমি
কত
25 বছর ধরে এমনই অসংখ্য নতুন স্বপ্ন নিয়ে বাংলাদেশের সাথে এগিয়েছি আমরা। আর এখনই সময় নতুনের সাথে আগামীর 25 তৈরির। গ্রামীণ ফোন।
বাবা মায়ের জন্য নিব তো, ক্লিক ছাড়া তো অন্য কোনো ফ্যানে ভরসা হয় না।
কপার কয়েলের সাথে অ্যারোডাইনামিক প্লেটের ক্লিক ফ্যান, টিকে বছরের পর বছর। ক্লিক ফ্যান, প্রশান্তির হাওয়া ছড়িয়ে যাবে সবখানে।
Yeah, I think also with the batting option that the 2 South African spinners provide, it makes for a good headache, doesn't it? So you could potentially pick the 3 seamers plus your 2 spinners.
Bowled, lovely, lovely, lovely.
He's been really impressive. Just turning a little bit again, leading outside of Themba Bavuma. Coming back to your point as well, I think the 2 spinners that South Africa do have in their possession gives you a good option with the bat as well.
Well, right now, it's not easy to pick your first choice 11 automatically. You wouldn't just run it. Most sides you can run it off in your head and say that's the first choice team, and if the extra spinner plays, then he's out. But actually, given the amount of, particularly if Anrik Nokia gets fit, the amount of seamers, quality seamers, 2 quality spinners, we now know that Verena's more than okay, done really well in Quinton de Kock's shoes. But then which 5 batters do you pick? Very good question right now, and that's a real plus side to what's happened to the South African Test team this summer.
It is a real good headache to have when you have so many options available to you. But of course, you want him to strike form when you do make those selections.
Riggleton's a long way across outside off stump in his guard. Interesting. 40 looks like a guy who thinks about it a lot. 109 for 3.
কোমল এবং নমনীয় তবুও নির্ভরযোগ্য সঙ্গী যে দূর করে অনাকাঙ্ক্ষিত সবকিছু। এসে গেল বসুন্ধরা 3-ply ফেশিয়াল টিস্যু। সফটনেস, স্ট্রেংথ এবং অ্যাবসর্পশনের 3 লেয়ার।
India, then England is 3 ODIs, 3 2020s and 3 tests. Couple of games against Ireland. India away again for more short form cricket. A tour of Australia with 3 tests and 3 ODIs. That will include a Christmas and New Year test. Then 3 ODIs against England. They're a make-up for when England left the tour early a year ago last November. And February, March, West Indies, well, mainly March actually, it might begin last day of February or something like that. 2 tests, 3 ODIs and 3 2020. They had a lot of cricket in the next year. Just nipping down the leg side. I think that the appeal was pretty half-hearted. And unless now they're going to talk to Mominal about a review, Khalid seems to like it, but no review. We'll crack on with the game. A leg bye it is.
Yeah, certainly looked like a little leg side-ish. Scottish want to nip back a little bit off the seam. Scrambled seam once again. Probably a bit high as well.
They've decided to just crowd. It's very good thinking, I reckon, that by Mominal in this period. They're not going to make it easy for Riggleton either. They're going to say to him, play the big shot if you will. In fact, the only fielder back is going to be square leg. There's a wide slip, or I suppose a fine gully perhaps you'd say. A man on the drive on the leg side. Everybody else saving a single.
Mark on that point of that England tour. Possible lineup for South Africa. We'll be reading Ilvia, Olga, Peterson, Van der Tissen back, Bavuma, Verreina, and then you.
So not Mulder, not Mulder, not Markram.
I think the headache you're going to have is probably picking between two spinners and picking an all-rounder. Then Mulder will definitely come into the fault. That's a good bouncer.
That is a good bouncer. Dead right. Long leg was in the game. Just had too much to do. And in fact, Mushfiq did well to stop it. One of those where you've got to get body behind it. And he did.
Yeah, that's a real good bouncer. The height was important here. Hit it uppish and just falling short of Mushfiq. Batsman gets sucked into this. Hasn't used the short ball for a while.
Yeah, he gets it at a good height. Did Khalid Ahmed, a height where Riggleton can't control, can't get over the top of it. So, very good bouncer.
Tell you what, there's another name on that list of contracted players that we haven't touched on at all in this match, and we should. Doesn't carry. Little thin edge from Bavuma, and went through on the bounce to Lytton Das. Yeah, the guy I wanted to talk about because of his brilliant innings the other day, Risa Hendricks, winning that final for the Lions, made 150. It was just a fabulous performance. He's a terrific player to watch, and still, for me, a leading contender for a place at the top of the order in one-day cricket.
Yeah, I was going to point that out, Mark. Probably in white ball cricket. I think to finish up on that test lineup.
You know, Mulder has a shout. If he can play to this standard, simply to balance the side.
Yeah, I think it's Mulder or second spinner. I think one of those two. And then, so he plays as a fourth seamer. If you don't play two spinners, three best seamers. Well, the first two for me will be KG and Nokia if he's fit. Third one, Ngidi.
Oh.
If he can get through a test.
Janssen. Well, Ngidi got through the test fine this summer. But Marco Janssen, after that start against India?
Not a bad side at all.
That's a good delivery. Also a bit high, I think. Interesting that the ball's zipping around off the seam now.
It just looked like he got a thick inside edge. The bowler got so excited that he almost clipped Timber Bavuma's helmet on the way through appealing.
He did. More than a clip, a big collision.
Have a look at this again, because Bavuma crashes into his elbow, maybe. Oh, there is big inside edge. You're right. Anyway, well, they well, they sort that forearm injury out. We have a change in the commentary box. Who's coming in here now? Atta Ali Khan, Neil McKenzie and Pommy Mbagwa.